Okay, I got the recording now. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for today's continuous discussion on Bhagavad Gita. On today, we're going to discuss chapter 15. Okay, it's going to be a very interesting chapter. And today, the date is December the 6th. Okay, 6th December. And on this auspicious day, we're going to continue our discussion on this subject matter. So, yesterday we had a good discussion. So, today we're going to continue. Today 1:15 and so today is the last day and Saturday, Sunday is break. Okay, there's no classes tomorrow and day after tomorrow. And Monday we will continue in 16, Tuesday 17 and Wednesday 18, and that's it. We are done with chapter batch 4. Okay, then after that on Thursday we are immediately starting the batch 5. Please take note, everyone is invited to join us on chapter on this what they call on this new session. So that's going to be the final session for the year, batch 5. And that session, we're going to do it on every day. Okay. So Monday to Friday is in the morning. Monday to Friday in the morning. That means just like this, 9 to 11. And Saturday, Sunday, we're going to do it in the evening. That means 7:30 to 9:30. Okay, like that, we will attempt to complete the entire chapter by 30th of December. 30th or maybe 31st. Because in between one day I need to take a break. That's on 11th December. I no 11th December is okay. No big deal. But on the 28th December. Okay, 28th December, Saturday, because it's my wife's birthday and she told me, hey, my birthday, do you remember or not? I said, you're already old, who cares? And she got very upset. So I have no choice. So most likely 30th or 31st of December, we will try to wrap up this batch 5. Okay. Then after that, starting from January 1st, we're going to start in our studies in all the other Vedas. Okay, which is is a supplementary and also primary. So the Vedas that we're going to study is all the primary Vedas, primary this thing. Okay, and others are instruction like Ishopanishad and Ishopanishad and this what they call a nectar of instruction. These two are instruction, then followed by Bhagavad Gita, which is also instruction. Okay, instruction. So Krishna is giving instruction on this thing. Then after we finish Bhagavad Gita, then we will go into this nectar of devotion. Okay, nectar of devotion is going to be very, very beautiful session. I believe you're all going to love it because when you see like those who are sitting for Bhakti Sastri, they do this nectar of devotion only the first 11 chapters, first 12. Is it 11 or 12? Vivan?
19.
Okay, because in nectar of devotion there is a call wave, eastern wave, northern wave, southern wave, and all this. So they just start with the eastern wave. That's the first, eastern north wave or something. Okay, one of the waves. So first 19. Okay, but what we're going to do, we're going to go into deep. We're going to go into detail. We're going to discuss the entire nectar of devotion. Okay, then after we complete the nectar of devotion, that means we are some or other, we are really steady. Then we're going to continue with what they call Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam is going to take something like 1.5 years. Okay, then after we could by the grace of Guru and Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, if we could finish up that Bhagavatam, then we can go into Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, so I'm looking at something like it's going to be a very ambitious program. Okay, because but I think that we should start somewhere because this is an opportunity for us to study everything in one go. If not, we will never have a chance to read all these books. And of course, it's for me also. So I know it's going to be a very tedious program and sometimes we can't make it. It's fair enough. Okay. Like myself also, I've got some medical checkup in the morning. I need to go to the clinic. It may happen. Anything can happen, but on that day, we just take a break. That's it. Very simple. Okay. And everything will be recorded and it will be posted in the Facebook, in the YouTube. All right. So I hope that every one of you have subscribed to my YouTube channel, because if you subscribe to the channel, so whenever there's a new posting, you can get the trigger immediately. Okay. If you can't make it on that day, it's okay, but you can still refer to this you can refer to the video this thing. And at the same time, this is also can be helpful for those people who want to do this Bhakti Sastri course, Bhakti Vaibhava, all these degree and master courses in Bhakti. Okay. So it can be a help to them because whenever say like they want to study in certain chapters, all right, like say Nectar of Instruction, they can just go to the YouTube channel and click the Nectar of Instruction and they can study and read at the same time. So it's going to be even a reference and also a revision program for them also. So this is an attempt that I plan to do with the mercy of my spiritual master and Prabhupada and all the Guru Varga. Okay, so be part of the team. Don't feel very pressurized. If you can't make it on that day, it's okay, no problem. And what happens if nobody turn up? Still, I will continue, but I'll prepare the recording. Okay, unless if something that is very unfortunate or something that I can't tolerate, I mean cannot this thing, then we plan otherwise. All right. So please stay tuned and also promote this thing and share with all the person who are very enthusiastic to study the Shastra. Encourage everybody to join in. Iron Run program, yes. Iron Run program. So, because this is once and for all, let's do it. Just imagine you're going to take 4 years roughly. Okay, I'm 46 now. So I'll finish at the age of 50, can you imagine? So just think what's your age, time plus 4. So this is once and for all, sit and go through it. Okay, then after that, you appreciate. After that, you just can do some reference, you can do a lot of things. Okay. All right. So before we start our program on this very auspicious day, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Jayapataka Swami Niti Namini Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayine Gaurakata Damadaya Nagaragrama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vignanadaine Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jwala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktira Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarini Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumyestam Nidasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhauma Sri Jagannatayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyacha Paditanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Garatise Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Hari Om Tatsat So, so let's start our session today. Slideshow. So, ISKCON Malaysia proudly presents Gita Gyan, the essence of Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15. Let's take darshan from Sri Sri Gaura Nitai, Paramakaruna Nitai Gauranga, Sri Sri Radha Krishna, Radha Madhava. Look at the eyes of the deities. So beautiful. And see the Tulsi is here, worshipped here. Sri Krishna Balaram. Okay. So today we dedicate our program to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Without His causeless mercy, we might not be sitting here and going through these studies of this Bhagavad Gita. He is the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And this program is inspired by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. He is a GVC and also a spiritual master. And dedicated to my very dear God brother, Anadi Jagannath Prabhu of Bangalore, Sheshadi, ISKCON Sheshadipuram, created the brainchild of the essence of Bhagavad Gita program worldwide. So now I want you to really look into this Gita Mahatmya today. This actually fits for every one of us. Every one of us are somehow or other under a spell. Okay, that was a question yesterday. I think C.S. Tan Prabhu asked. And also, okay, we're talking about Pitur, all right, the forefathers, curses, all these kind of things. Okay, so today is the verse. Today is the verse coming out in Gita Mahatmya. The reason is all of us are suffering is because of some kind of prarabdha karma, the karma that we have accumulated from our previous birth. Okay, what we have done before, and that's the consequences we are going through now. So sometimes we may make mistake because as a human being, we are all imperfect beings because we have imperfect senses. We have imperfect, what they call, so we have imperfect senses. We tend to be illusion. We easily can get illusion. We always make mistakes and we have a tendency to cheat. So these are the 4 errors in human body. In this body, that's a 4 error. But what to do? We can't avoid it. So, and not only that, this body that we have also is not so strong. Even though it's we seems to be very strong. We may have 6 packs, we may have all this, but still the body is extremely not so strong. Okay, spiritually and also material. So we can also suffer the consequence of being cursed. Okay, bad karma. We may have something like the ghost or spirits, all can come and some or other will affect us. Okay, they come and affect us. We are always disturbed actually. Okay, so we can spirits, curses, black magic. All right. Now as Kali Yuga is becoming more and more rampant, people are becoming more and more demoniac. So when they think they cannot do something to what they call, they cannot do something to subdue you. So the best thing is they go and look for a bomber and do G-Boomba. Boom. So the thing will come and affect, some or other, and we get stuck and we suffer so terribly and miserably. All right. So we spend a lot of money to look for one bomo to another bomo to another bomo, and we are trying to get some rectification. Then we go to India, we try to put some talisman around our neck for protection and all these kind of things. So costly affair. When a person is charmed, when there's a black magic was cast upon, or if there's any once we are certain planets in our chart becomes weak, all right, that makes our this thing so easily for that spirit or whatever it is to come and stick with you, or that even curses, all right, the forefathers, even we do something that people curse, all these things are around us. Okay, it is just like a clean glass. Okay, you see, like a mirror is so clean, but mirror is so dirty. There's a spot of dust, and certain spot becomes so hard, all right, that when you wipe, it doesn't go off. And sometimes it become a permanent stain in someone's life. It become a permanent stain. So sometimes when you want to comb, you have to go do this side because the thing is there's a stain there. All right. Like I got this idea this morning when my daughter went and put some gum on the what they call on the mirror. My youngest one, she played with the gum on the mirror. Then after that, what she did, she tried, then she took the powder and threw at it. So it become like so permanent thing. So when I need to comb my hair, I have to like go to the left hand side and go to the right hand side because the thing is blocking my disease. Like that, there is a lot of stains that around us. And the stains are all because of this kind of situation. But this is something that we have, Bhagavad Gita, in this Mahatmya we're going to study. I want you to really think about it. I want you to really hammer it into your mind. Nail it so deep that you can never pull it out from your mind. If you have a phone, please take a snapshot of this. Take a snapshot of this thing, this verse, and keep it with you. And always firmly believe in that. Abhicharod bhavang dukkham. Abhichara means inauspicious thing. Many sometimes they say abhichara. Abhichara means it's so terrible varieties of inauspicious thing that causes dukkham, that causes dukkha, pain. In Malay also we call dukkha, right? Vara shapa gatan chayat napasarpati tatraiva yatra gitarchanam grihe abhicharodbhavang dukkham vara shapa gatan chayat nopasarpati tatraiva yatra gitarchanam grihe. It says, the sorrow caused by a terrible curse. When a person is cursed, they are always in so much in pain. They are very sorrowful. You can see their face. They are so sorrow. They are very depressed. They are very down. So the sorrow caused by a terrible curse or black rites. Black rites means black magic, tantra. Okay, the black magic, black rites can never enter the home where Gita is worshipped. All right. The sorrow caused by a terrible curse or a black rites can never enter the home where the Gita is worshipped. Can you imagine? That's why I'm telling you. Never leave your house without a Bhagavad Gita. Always worship the Bhagavad Gita at home. Offers little tulsi and all this. But the best way to worship Bhagavad Gita is not put on altar and show some agarpati. The best way to worship Gita is by reading it. The way that you should worship Ganga by taking a dip. You worship Giri, all right? Like when you go to Kailash or you go to this, what they call Govardhan. How do you worship them? By going around it. Okay? Girivalam, they call, what is it? Okay, how do you worship Tulasi? By going around, what they call? Circumambulation. Circumambulation, that means you go around it. That is how you worship them. Okay? And how do you worship the Prasadam? By nourishing it, by eating it, by honoring it. And how do you worship Bhagavad Gita? By studying it. So make Bhagavad Gita as your lifestyle. Keep Bhagavad Gita with you and have firm faith in that Bhagavad Gita, in the reading and studying of the Bhagavad Gita. When you have that such a firm faith, there's nothing can come near you. Even there's a kind of dread disease. There's another verse which I've taken off because it became like a subject to a lot of debate. All right. It says even the house where the Gita is worshipped, that house don't even find any kind of disease and all these kind of things. Okay. Of course, the idea is before, if we can't avoid from falling sick, we can't avoid from getting into disease. But the thing is, there'll be a remedy for the disease. Like so many people out there, they don't know what to do when the remedy is just behind them, just at the next door. Okay. So like that. So that means Bhagavad Gita is so auspicious. Bhagavad Gita brings all auspiciousness to people's life. Okay. So the sorrow caused by a terrible curse. It looks like almost 99% of a human being are going through this kind of suffering and torture. Okay. Terrible curse. Black rites, curses by the forefather, curses by someone, by a teacher and everything, right? So can never enter the home. Okay. When you keep a Bhagavad Gita in your house, it's the biggest kavacha. Kavacha means protection. A shield. Okay, anybody will do this, some Jibumba, say, okay, now go to Paridatarana's house and just do a black magic. The thing will come, see the house, people will take a U-turn and run away. Okay, so it's like that. So have a Gita and always study the Gita, always worship the Gita. And trust me, because I've done some these kind of things, even a house where there's a lot of inauspicious things are there. I told them just to keep the Gita and start to worship, things start to change. Let's look at the understanding of the Gita today. The destination is called Sanatana sky. Sanatana sky means the eternal spiritual sky. Yat gatva na nivartante tad dama paramang mama. In this material world, we find that everything is temporary. Yes or not? It comes into being, stays for some time and produces some byproduct, dwindles and then vanishes. That means come into being, that means we born, we stay sometimes. Then while we are staying, we produce some children. Then after that, we start dwindling, we start falling sick. Then after that, we vanishes. We die and the body, everything cremate or burn or what, it become vanishes. This is the law of the material world. Whether we use as an example this body or a piece of fruit or anything, but beyond this temporary world, there's another world of which we have information. So what does it mean? So it says that whether we're going to take an example of a body and everything. Imagine the body that we have, we are taking it so, we are looking at it so nicely. We spend so much of money looking at it. No, we want to protect it. Right? We put all kind of perfumes and all this. So we are really taking care of the body and everything. But end of the day, the body will turn into three things. The body will turn into ash, the body will turn into earth, or the body turn into stool. How does that mean? See, when a person dies, in certain culture, they cremate the body. They burn the body, and the body will turn into ash. When you look at what they call, in other religion, all right, the Abrahamic religion, what they do? They bury the body. Once the body is buried, it turn into, all the worms will start to this thing, and the body turn into earth. Okay. But there's another culture, the Persian culture. The Persian culture, you know what they do? They will take the body and put it to the open air. All right. They are, or Jain. All right. All these things, they just throw it in the open air. So the vulture will eat the body. Okay. The vulture. That means they say, okay, the body belongs to the nature. And after the person dies, they just throw to this thing and become a food to the vulture. And what the vulture will do? Vulture will eat the body. Then after that, go somewhere and pass stool. And the stool is actually the food digested from eating your body. So that is why it says the body will turn into three, either turn into ash, earth, or stool. Okay. So that is that ultimate destination of this material body. So we don't have a choice. Now for others, the animal's body has turned into a stool. All right. Because we are taking it, we are eating it so nicely, happily. We're eating all that animals. So end of the day, the animal, all the thing will discard from the body through the stool. Like that, okay. So there's something that beyond this temporary place, which is called another world, that we have information. That world consists of another nature. It has different nature, which is Sanatan. Sanatan means eternal. Okay, Sanatan, that means the nature is eternal. The Jiva is also described as Sanatan or eternal. That means you and I, the Jivas, are also considered eternal. And the Lord is also described as Sanatana in the 11th chapter. Also, Lord is also known as eternal. We have an intimate relationship, actually. If you really look at it, we have an intimate relationship with the Lord. What is the intimate relationship means? A very close relationship, just like a father and son, intimate relationship. Or just like the husband and wife, intimate relationship. Okay, we have that relationship. And because we are all qualitatively one, so we are by quality, we are all one. Okay, the Sanatan Dharma or sky. Okay, so we are qualitatively one means we must understand we are qualitatively one, but that doesn't promote you to become a god, like how the bogus gurus who turn into God nowadays, right? A lot of person who claim themselves as God. Even that those days also we have some famous person who also say that I am God, I am God. You know, they can do some magics, can take something from the thin air, take out something from the mouth, do some little magic, and people start to follow them. Okay, these kind of magic shows. So that means, so we are qualitatively one means we must understand we have that quality of that Lord, but we are not the same. Example, you and the king, what is the difference? Just think about it. You and the Agong, what is the difference? He also a human being, he also a human being. Yes or not? What is the difference between you and Anwar Ibrahim? What is the between you and Sultan Ibrahim, the king of Malaysia? And what is the difference between you and the king of Charles, King Charles of England? What is the difference? What's the difference between you and Rajinikanth? Okay, what is the difference between you and this thing? All human being, right? So by quality, all of you are same because we are all human being. All right. But in quantity, we are minute. We are just an ordinary living, we are ordinary citizen. But by quantity, they have but they are very successful and they are in a different quantity. You understand? So that's the thing. Qualitatively, we are that, but quantity we are not. Okay. The Sanatan Supreme Person, okay. Okay. Okay, the Sanatan, so we are qualitatively one. The Sanatan Dham. Sanatan Dham is there's an eternal place. Okay, the place where there's eternal, that's for us. Okay, which doesn't distinct. The Sanatana, the Supreme Personality, the Lord who is eternal, and the Sanatana living entities, or the living entity which is also eternal. The whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita, now you understand, the whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita is to revive our Sanatan occupation. So, is to revive. So that's why we don't have time for any other kinds of ritualistic or any other kind of philosophical or traditional, cultural way of this thing. Okay, like yesterday, that Mataji was asking about Kula Devam. So all that is not important at all, and we are not really interested in that because we want to revive our Sanatana occupation. Okay, it's not to say it's not important, but it is waste of time to go and search for that. All right, they will say, like she says, she doesn't know who is that, what they call the forefathers. I mean the thing, and they want to look for it. I mean, it's just this thing, okay? Because we must understand, according to this gross body, my father is my father. In my previous birth, I had a different gross body and I had a different father. In the future, I'm going to have a different gross body and I'm going to have a different father. So according to this body, and that particular deity is my family deity, Kuladevam. Okay? So, but this gross body, and inside the gross body is a subtle body which has taken so many Kuladevam in their journey. But the soul, who is part and parcel of Krishna, the ultimate Kuladevam that for us is Sri Krishna, because we are part and parcel of that. You understand? So that's the thing, that because we want to revive our Sanatana occupation. That means we want to revive our original relationship. In between, we have fathers as we go on, Today I have this mentor, tomorrow I have another mentor, like just from kindergarten. I had a teacher. Then after that, I evolved, went to primary school. I have a different teacher. Then I go to higher primary. I had a different set of teachers. Then I go to the lower secondary. I got a different set, higher secondary, then college, then university, then all. That means we are just going on. We are, but who is that ultimate teacher? Is our mother. So it's just like that. Okay. So that means, so the whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita is for what? To revive our Sanatan occupation or our eternal dharma. What is that? Our eternal dharma, occupation, which is the eternal occupation of the living entity. We are temporarily engaged in different activities. We are only temporarily engaging these activities. All right. Just imagine you start working at the age of 25. Whether you like it or not, by 60, you have to retire. Whether you like it or not, you have to retire at 60, whether you're in private or in government. So what is that? So that means, say like 30 to 60. So for 30, 35 years, you are just working there. That's for temporary. All right, temporarily you are working there so that you get money, that you can bring up your children, you can provide them whatever it is, because you have to be responsible, right? The children were never asked to be born to you, but the children was given to you. You have to take the responsibility of looking at the children, taking up and giving them all their needs: education, food, shelter, protection, good advice, good guidance. And after that, get them, we have to work until they set up their own life, get them married. Then after that, you turn off, stay away. After they get married, don't go and stay with them. You're going to create a lot of trouble for them. So that's the thing. So within that short period of temporary situation, we are engaged in different activities. But all of these activities can be purified even we give up all these temporary activities and take up the activities which is prescribed by the Supreme Lord. So even this activity is so temporary, we can purify it when we offer it to Krishna. We dedicate everything to Krishna. We do in the name of Krishna, is still we purified. Okay. All right. And this is called a pure life. Okay. So today we're going to start chapter 15, the yoga of the Supreme Person. All right. Let's look at 15.1. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Urdvamulang Adashakam Ashvatam Prahur Avyayam Chandang Siyasya Parnani Yastang Deveda Saveda Ved. The Supreme Person got it said. It is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree. That means banyan tree is a huge tree. All right. In Tamil, we call alamaram. Okay. Alamaram. So it's a banyan tree which has root upwards and is branched downwards. That means the tree where the root is upward, but the branches are down, whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. A person who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Okay. So when you see the tree is, Krishna is saying there's a tree imperishable. That means the tree that can never be destroyed. Imperishable. Banyan tree, which is upside down. Okay. The root is upward and the leaves are downward. So what type of tree is that? Okay. Here we can understand there's few philosophical understanding. Right? So let's look at the first thing. So there is a thing. So now you see there's a banyan tree here. All right. You see there's the leaves all down. Okay. And you see the trunk and the root is on top. So it's a descending process. It's a descending. That means from bottom to down. All right. So from there, the knowledge comes thing, and all the leaves are considered the knower of the Veda. I mean, the leaves are the Vedic hymns. Okay. And he says, but those who know this, they are the knower of the Vedas. You all understand this? Anyone don't understand? Confused? So there's two process, ascending and descending. Ascending means from down going up. Descending means from the top coming down. So now the knowledge of the Vedas coming from the top, from Krishna. All right. It comes from this thing. And through the knowledge is Brahma is there, created and everything. So there is lots of things. And from here, if you see the branch, there's a lot of branches. That means all the branches is all different life or different divisions of the Vedas. Okay. We have Rig Vedas, we have Yajur Veda, we have Samar Veda, we have Atharva Veda. And all the Vedas have 4 divisions. Remember that we have studied before. What is the division? First division, Brahmana, Aranyaka, Upanishad, and Samhita. There's 4 division. And that 4 division, there's a further division. Like that is all different branches. Okay, are you all following me? Say yes or no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhu.
great. So all of you are following me. Okay. So you see there's lots of branches. Okay. Okay. You see there's lots of branches. Nice. Okay. Okay. There's lots of branches of the tree. All right. From here. So lots of branches. Okay. So all these different branches are different understanding of the Vedas. Okay. Different way. Different worship. Okay. There's lots of branches. And in every branch, there is all different branch got different leaves. Okay, there's a leaves here. All right. The leaves is all have different mantras. Okay. So like mantras, okay, now when you look at these, like for instance, in Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamani Pragara Satma Sukalpa Vriksha Laksha Vritesu Surabir Abhipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Sadasa Brahma Sevamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajamin. Like that, all different mantra, different Vedas. There's so many Vedas, 4 division, and from the 4 division, there's millions of subdivision. But of course, in this planet Earth, almost 70% got destroyed. Okay, but we don't care. But we have the important one. So there's a 70%. So what happened? So what is that irony? What is that understanding of this topic? Why there's a lot of branches, right? So the branches is, okay, what is that ultimate goal of this branch? For instance, when you see ultimate goal. So the ultimate goal of all these branches are, okay, ultimate goal is everything is related back to Krishna, because the Krishna is the root. Okay. So the Krishna is the root. Everything is ultimately to Krishna. That's why it says in every Vedas, Krishna says, I am to be known. So all the Vedas, the conclusion of all the Vedas, to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, number 1. And number 2, also to know the supreme abode of the Lord. Okay, this is the abode of the Lord, which is called the Goloka Vrindavan. Okay, Param Dhamma. Param Dhamma means the supreme place, area. And we're going to understand that Parampurul, okay, the supreme absolute truth is Lord Krishna. Okay, Parabrahman, Param Brahman, right? So this thing. And what is that? And how do we go through this? Okay, and who is the trunk? This is the trunk in the middle. The Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is the trunk. Okay, so like that, it comes. The Vedic knowledge is spread. All of you good? I hope my understanding is right and I'm sharing is right, because it also took me so long to understand this subject. Okay, so this is the imperishable banyan tree. So now, okay, there's another understanding. Yes. Okay, great. There's a second understanding of the banyan tree. The second understanding of the banyan tree is what? Just now we spoke about the spiritual aspect. The second aspect of this banyan tree is, okay, it's like this. All right. That just now we are talking about descending. Now we are talking about ascending. Are you all following me?
Yes,
so descending from up coming down, descending. Ascending means from down going up. Okay, there's the two things. Okay, because if you, okay, like CS Tan Prabhu, you're going to do this Bhakti Sastri. This is one of the things that will confuse you, ascending and descending. So that's what I'm telling you. So
okay,
ascending process is this, descending process is this. Arohara, Aroha, and this is Aroha, and there's another thing I forgot the Sanskrit term. So among these two, which is the best? Ascending or descending? So this is not the good one. This is the best one, because ascending is coming down from the top, coming down. Anyway, going on to the topic again. So when you look at this process, this is what they call this banyan tree. So now the ascending process. Okay, now, okay, first is the leaves are the Vedic hymns. Okay, and the fruits are the result of activities. Okay, the twigs are the sense object, all the twigs, all the sense objects, and the branches are nourished by three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Okay, and what is that? The root is bound by fruitive activities. Fruitive, that means by root you have that desire from the roots. Okay, adi moolam. That means from the roots you have the desire of fruitive activity. That means you want to enjoy life. So when the tree grows up, when trees start to grow, all right. So first you start from the three branches that is nourished by three modes of material nature. That means you have to work under the goodness, passion, ignorance. Okay. Then the twigs are, why you need to work under these things? Because you have the sense object. You want to enjoy something. Okay. Then you want to achieve the result of fruitive activity, and therefore you go and do this kind of ritual of this sense object. Okay. What are the rituals that says dharma, artha, kama, moksha? So these are the leaves that of the Vedic hymns that people like to go and do this kind of thing just to achieve some material desire. Okay. So far, so good. All right. Now, so now let's look at this. What is the nourishment of the tree? Yes, Vaishnava Prabhu.
Prabhu, this the last one, twigs and leaves, chandoya and all. Is it ascending process or descending process?
As ascending.
But earlier you told a descending process.
This is descending.
This is
descending because the knowledge comes from Krishna, true Brahma, and to all these things.
No, Prabhu, the one earlier you said was ascending.
This is the earlier one. Earlier one is descending.
Yeah. But it's not explained in the Bhagavad Gita. No?
Yeah, that's the thing, Prabhu. Because that's why when you go into this supplementary subject, all if it's mentioned in Ishopanishad, ascending and descending.
I'm flabbergasted. First time I'm hearing this, Prabhu.
Yeah. All right. So now you understand and now you see the photo there that Krishna is on top. From here, all the trees are like this. So this is called the descending process. That means the knowledge comes from Krishna.
And it's called what? Prabhu?
What is it?
In the Sanskrit word?
Aroha. I think Vivan, do you remember the
Aroha. I read the word Aroha.
Yeah, Aroha. Aroha. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Prabhu.
The one.
The ascending and descending, but I also couldn't recall the
the Sanskrit. Yeah, we will study that in Ishopanishad, Prabhu. Don't worry, next year. Okay. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying let's do these other books so that we can have more nourishment. You are with me, right? Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, you'll be joining all our class, right?
For sure.
Yeah. because this session is specifically because you inspired me to do that. By your inspiration. Okay. Now, anyway. So what is the nourishment of the tree? So it's mentioned here as a tree nourished by a water. So this tree is nourished by the three modes of material. See, usually the tree is nourished by water. Yes or not? The normal tree, the plant is nourished by water. But this tree, what is this tree? This banyan tree is nourished by three modes of material nature. Three modes of material nature. You got it? It's nourished by three modes of material nature. Sometimes you find that a tract of land is barren, of one for sufficient water, and sometimes the tract of land is very green. Similarly, where a particular mode of material nature are proportionately greater in quality, the different species of life are manifested accordingly. What does that mean? Okay, now please pay attention to this. It's going to be very interesting. The tree is nourished by the water. Yes or no? We need to pour water to a tree. But this tree means what? This banyan tree is nourished by the three modes of material nature. What is the three modes of material nature? Are you all following me?
Goodness,
Yes, Prabhu.
passion,
Yes.
ignorance.
Goodness, passion, ignorance. That's the three modes of material nature. Okay. So this tree is nourished by that mode. So Krishna, sometimes we find that a tract of land is barren. So when you see this tract of land is barren, why? Because there's no water. It's a drought season. All right. And one sufficient water. And sometimes we see a tract of land is green. See, the tract of land is green because there's enough abundance of water. Okay. So similarly, when a particular mode of material nature are proportionally greater. See, sometimes when our certain mode is greater, sometimes the mode of passion is so high, greater, or the mode of ignorance is so high, or the mode of goodness is very low, or something like that. Okay. So the different species of life are manifested accordingly. So there's a different types of living entities are manifested, means are taking form or take a born. So that means a person is born into this material world according to that modes of nature that is proportionately higher in him. In this particular birth, if your mode of goodness is very high, you have a chance of being promoted to where? Can anyone tell me?
Higher planetary system.
Okay.
Heavenly planets.
Heavenly planets, correct. All right. Now the second answer, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu don't answer. He's expert. Okay. Now, if the mode of passion is higher, where the person will take birth?
Human
CS
being.
Prabhu?
Human being.
Yeah, very good. And if the mode of what they call ignorance is higher,
Animal, Prabhu.
animal lower. That means hellish condition. So like that. So it depends in which mode are you in now. If you are very passionate, you will end up in this world. Okay, this is just an overall theory. All right, overall understanding. Of course, in detail, it's different. But in overall, if the person is so much of goodness, he will end up in heaven, heavenly kingdoms. If the person is so much of passionate, they'll remain in this material world. Or if the person is very extremely ignorant, they will fall into either animal kingdom into the hellish region. So the hellish region is not actually the fire suffering. The hell means it's extreme suffering. But we have taken the word hell means fire. All right. Oh, I went through hell. That means sometimes there's a term we say, right? Oh, that means I'm coming back by, I'm driving from KL to Ipoh, and there was a terrible accident and I was stuck in between. All right. The next toll is around, 10, 15 kilometers away. I can't even turn back. There's another 15, 20 kilometers at this side. And the road is extremely jammed. And the whole truck, what they call, close the whole thing. And there's there's oil or something spillage. And the bomba has to come and clean. And you're stuck there for 5-6 hours sitting on the road, in the middle of the road, in the highway. So once you come back, you'd say, oh my God, I had a hell of a time. So that means that you went through the fire. No, hell means suffering, extreme suffering. So like that, it says The hellish region means it's not necessary that you fall into the fire or into the pit or get barbecued. Here we are talking about environment like fall into this animal kingdom or lower species of life is also considered very hellish. All right, I'm very happy. So, then 3.34, all right, text 3 and 4. Na rupam asheha tato palabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampratista ashvatam enam suviruddha moolam asanga shastrena drdena chitva tata padang tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha tam eva chadyam purushang prapatye yata pravirti prashirta purani. So now, what is Krishna says in this verse? Very interesting. He says, the real form of this tree, the real form, okay, of this tree cannot be perceived. All right? You cannot be perceived. You cannot understand it with your normal sense. It cannot be perceived in this world. Okay? So, this real form of this tree, okay, cannot be perceived in this world. You cannot be perceived means you can never understand. You know why? See, even like now, when you have taken this birth, it looks so real, right? And you can't perceive that you had a different life in your previous life. You can't perceive what were you in your previous life. You can't perceive who was your wife or the spouse or your children in your previous life. Who knows you are in your previous life, you could be the father of Ambani or Tata or something like that. Who knows? So we can't perceive all, we cannot understand. Our senses are so imperfect, we just can't understand. Oh, yes, correct, Indra story. So we can't perceive. All right. Then after that, Krishna says, no one can understand. No one can understand where it ends. No one also can understand where it ends and also where it begins. Right? Can you all remember the day that you fell down? That's why it says, one lifetime of Brahma is 433 trillion years. Like that, you went through millions of Brahmas. That's why Prabhupada used the word time immemorial. Can never be perceived. You know, we are just a small dust. But because of the pressure that we went through, pressure after pressure after pressure, the dust turned into carbon. And after further pressing, the pressure pressing, and that small dust that turns into carbon, and that carbon turns into diamond. So once the thing turns into diamond, that thing can never be cut. You take another diamond to cut that diamond. It is so hard, you can never destroy it. Right? Even a person can swallow one diamond also can die. It can never be digested. It can never be. So we became so carbonized, we become so hardened, right? That we cannot come out from our belief system. Even though we try our best. Like what Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu was yesterday saying. Even though that we have come out of it, but our thoughts are still going there. And he said that my spiritual master says it's not a sin. All right? Because you don't have a choice. Even how good you become, how well you become purified, how well you become advanced, your mind still dwells in all your older things. Some of it might be very exciting. Some of it might be within that 4 regulative principle. Right? Like I said that day, that when my neighbors start cooking, the smell comes here and I'll be, wow, it brings back my old good memory. My children, what is this? I say, you know what is that? That is Karuvadu Sambal. Asilamma. So it's very hard. So it takes a lifetime of practice. It takes years of purification. That's why it takes a diamond to cut a diamond. So that's why it takes another guru in the form of a human to come and to guide you, to take you out of this condition. All right. So it takes another diamond to cut a diamond. It takes another human being to liberate a human being. So that means we don't know where it ends and we don't know where it begins. And where it is foundation, we also don't know where its foundation, where it's rooted. Okay. So we cannot find it. Oh my God, where is the foundation? We can't even think about it. But now that's the thing that Krishna says, but okay. What color should I use? Okay, I use this color. But with determination. So we must have determination. One must cut down this strongly rooted tree with weapon of detachment. Okay, remember that the day we're talking about what is that? What is that mother of all trouble? Attachment. All right. So now Krishna is starting the point. He says that, but one must with determination. What is determination actually? All right. Determination is an environment where you're strongly inspired. It's a strong inspiration. You are strongly inspired to achieve a certain goal in life. All right. And that strong, that means that you see, even though it's so troublesome to perform, you just want to go ahead and do it. All right. You just want to go ahead and do it. Anything that you go against the current, or anything that you need to struggle so hard to achieve, and that action we call determination. It's tough, it's hard, but I really want it. All right. So that is that determination. Yes, I want to put a full stop to all these sufferings that have been going around in this life. I want to put a full stop that I would like to go back home, back to Godhead. It's a full stop. And that's not turning back. All right. So that's a strong determination. With that determination, one must cut down. He has to cut down this strongly rooted tree. The root is so strongly rooted. As I say just now, you don't know where it starts, you don't know where it ends, you don't know how deep it is. You have to cut this tree down with the weapon of detachment. All right. So what is a detachment? That means you detach from that sense. So this thing, you attach to Krishna's this thing. So detach from there and attach to this. And with the sword of knowledge, Raja Vidya, the king of knowledge, the sword of knowledge. Right. Formerly, when I first started Hare Krishna, the first book I read in my life was the title called The Sword of Knowledge. Now they have changed the word. They don't use the word sword of knowledge because it sounds like so terrorizing. Okay, now they name it as the king of knowledge. Formerly it was known as the sword of knowledge. Anyway, so with that sword of knowledge, with the more knowledge you have, the sharper your knife. You are sharpening your knife by acquiring more and more knowledge. But even the knife is very sharp. You must have that ability to take the knife and chop the thing off. You need to have energy to do that. You know, I'm sharpening all the knife, but I'm so weak, I can't even carry the knife. What's the point? What's the point? I'm having a strong knife when I can't utilize it. So that energy, the strength to utilize it is what? The nourishment that you need is by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You are gaining your strength. So once you have gained enough strength, enough feeling reciprocation, and when you see the sword is really sharp enough, you take it with one blow, pang, you cut down the strongly rooted tree that has been make you stuck in this place since time immemorial. Thereafter, one must seek that place from which having gone, one never returns. After that, what he need to do? All right. He has to look out where I came from. Okay. You have to seek. That means what? You have to search that place which having gone, one never returns. Yes or not? Once you give up this one place, you have to go to another place. So once you have gone, you will never return. Okay. And there, you go there, what do? There you surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You surrender to Krishna. You surrender to the Supreme Person. All right. How do you surrender? When people are talking about surrender, how to surrender? They raise the hands, say surrender. Just like a policeman point the gun at you. You raise both hands, surrender. All right. Say you are a soldier. You are a very highly decorated soldier. Okay. There's a war happen. And you tell your wife, don't cry. The wife says, please, you do need to go. You are my only beloved. If anything happens to you, how am I supposed to look after my children? How am I supposed to do this? Oh, this and that, blah, 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 blah. They'll be crying. And with so much of bravery, I tell my wife, look here, I am going to fight for my motherland. For my motherland. All right. It's an honor if I die. I'm going for an ultimate sacrifice to protect this land, which is more dearer than my mother. I will not allow any enemy even take an inch of my land. Okay. If I come back in a coffin, do not disgrace me with your tears. But you shall tell your children, look at your heroic father. In the future, you have to be like him. All right. I tell all these things. Yes, I salute and I go to the war front. Then I go. Suddenly at one place, I have no choice. I got ambushed. Alama. The enemy soldier surround me already. Say, hands up. If you don't raise your hand, I'm going to kill you. Then I immediately raise my hand, surrender. So what the flow will come? Oh, you are a captain, huh? You're a general, huh? Take my cap away. Take the insignia, right? All the things. Pull the thing away. Pull this thing away. He said, open your shirt, open your pants, and the floor asks you to stand in your underwear. Stand up. So if I retaliate, I'll be shot and I'll be matikata. So I just surrender. After check everything, they say, okay, you fully surrender? Yes, boss, I fully surrender. And the fellow take me to the POW, prisoner of war, and make me a POW and give me all protection. So I know until the war ends, I will never die in action. So what happened to all that motivational, inspirational speech I told my wife? When I come back in a coffin, do not disgrace me with your tears. Tell your father that you blah, 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 all that, but go there, raise your hand. Ayo. Right? That is called surrender. When you surrender, if I raise my hand and surrender means I am surrendering my ego that I am the great son of this country. I'm surrendering my ego that I am the soldier, the captain, the heroic man, the hero, no? Captain America, Captain Malaysia. All right? I'm allowing them to pull everything away. I am renouncing all the things. All right? Then after that, what happened? I am abiding to all the instruction that other parties tells me. All right? And by doing that, that party protects me, and the party, that means I know I will never die in warfare. So that is called surrender. So how are we going to surrender to Krishna? Just say, oh, my dear Krishna, I am yours. I think I'll share that verse from Ramayana. There's a very nice verse in Ramayana. Maybe I'll share in the group later. Please remind me if I forget. He said, no. Ram told. He says, go and tell Ravana, if at all, if he surrenders to me, I'm willing to forgive him for all the things he have done. Because he's on a losing side. Even the son Indrajit also got killed in the action. So go and tell him, if he surrenders to me, I'll forgive him everything. I'll forgive all the things he have done. So like that. So surrender. So when I surrender means, that means you are surrendering your belief system, your ideology, your way of life. And after that, you're accepting the suggestion of what Krishna says. So now, before that, it was a suggestion. But once you surrender, it's an instruction. Follow as per instructed. So I surrender to Krishna. Okay. But of course, but Krishna is so merciful. He's not asking you to take away all your insignia and everything. But what he said, you are doing all this. Now, whatever you do, offer it to me. Isn't that a fantastic way? All right. Oh, they say, oh, if I come to this, I have to be a monk. No such thing. I'm not a monk. Vivan is not a monk. Right? We are not monk. We are still happily married. We got children. We got a career. We got job. We are carrying on with this. But we're just adding on Krishna in our consciousness, which is our natural thing. Okay. So that means surrender to the Supreme Godhead, from whom? Because from whom everything began. Because from him everything began. And from whom everything has extended since time immemorial. Okay. Since time immemorial, this is what happened. Okay. Do you all understand, got this verse 3 and 4? Any questions? Okay. No questions. Understand. All right. Okay. Now, so how do you cut down the strongly rooted tree? Okay. With weapon of detachment. Okay. With the weapon of detachment. Okay. So that's why, okay, first is Krishna says, Aham Sarvasva Prabhava. Okay, in chapter 10, right? Text 9. 10.9 is one of the Chatusloki, the first Chatusloki. Aham Pravasa, Aham Sarvasya Prabhava. I am the origin of everything. Therefore, to get out of this entanglement of the strong banyan tree, the entanglement of the strong banyan tree of material life, one must surrender to Krishna. As soon as one surrenders to Krishna, one becomes detached automatically from this material extension. How? When the person surrenders to Krishna, one becomes detached automatically. Right? Detachment from material world. But after that, you become attached to spiritual world. Okay? So now it's already 9, 10, 20. Shall we take a short break? 3 minutes break?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay. So we take a short break. Then we continue. Okay. So this is what we have to with the attachment to the spiritual world. Okay, we detach from this material world. Okay, we attach to the spiritual world. All right, now let's look at another example here. So understanding the source, we are always try to go and get that source of our creation. Okay, so the source of creation is, all right, sometimes we are looking for our ancestor, right? We are drawing our family tree. We want to find out where is our family tree starting and where has it gone. All right, who are the people and this thing. Okay, say like, okay, now okay, this is me. All right, and this is my wife, and we want to find the family tree. So we find, okay, who is my father, who's my grandfather, who's this, who's that. You know, we are trying to look for it. We want to find our root. Okay, where, say like, for instance, I'm from China. So which part of China I came from? You know, all this kind of find. So ultimately, we go to the root. Who is that actual distinct? So similarly, as I say just now, there's a lot of branches of the tree and everything. So we are all looking for the root. So we find that this is the root Brahma. We find that our real forefather is Lord Brahma, and and Brahma was created by Lord Krishna. So like that. Okay. So yet one has to find out the cause. I am the son of my father. My father is son of such and such person, etc. By searching this way, one comes to Brahma. Okay, one comes to Brahma because it's the ultimate father, who is generated by who? By Garbho Dakshai Vishnu. Okay, the bottom, right? Finally, in this way, when one reaches the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is the end of the research. When the person reaches the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, one has to search out that origin of this tree. So one has to search out the origin. We want to know what is the origin of this tree. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Through how? Through the association of person who are in knowledge. That's the easiest thing, right? So one is you study and go. That's why you see, I'm not sure, but I think Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu can enlighten me on this. They say the nurses are more knowledgeable than doctors. Or the medical assistant, they have better knowledge than doctors. What do you think, Prabhu? Is it, am I right or wrong? Or anyone
have better experience, not knowledge, bro.
Experience. Okay. Yes, that's the thing. Of course, the knowledge is that doctor, but better experience. And how they got the experience? So sometimes they can even advise the doctor. Even they can stop the doctor, say that you're doing the wrong thing. Because knowledge and experience two different two different environment. Knowledge means you acquire theoretically, and experience means the practical part.
Right.
How do you apply it? Yes, Prabhu?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So how do these nurses, they learn better? Through the association. They associate with the patients, with the senior doctors. Lot of things they have gained better experience. So it's easier that way actually. But of course, to be a doctor is different and be a nurse is different. But when you come to spiritual life, from you try to attempt to study all these varieties of books in order to come to this level, It's very simple. Just associate of a person who are in knowledge. Just associate with that person. Okay? Of that knowledge of that supreme personality of Godhead, the person who have the knowledge of Krishna. Then by understanding, one becomes gradually detached. Now, this is the word that I want you to really, you all pay attention to this. Gradual. It is not something that you start today, tomorrow you become perfect. Right? Like I know a devotee, she used to come for my other classes that this thing. She said, oh, I want to detach. I want to quickly do this thing, quickly. It doesn't work that way. All right. So the detachment process starts gradually, step by step. Okay. So step by step, we give up one by one. It happened a gradual, because when the thing happens gradually, that's when it lasts. Okay. One shot, it doesn't last. Okay. From this reflection. Okay. So that means you have to gradually detach. Okay. You will gradually detach from this false reflection. What is the false reflection? That means the earth is the false reflection of the reality of the spiritual world. Okay. Okay. False reflection of reality. And by knowledge, one can cut off the connection and actually become situated in the real tree. Again, let me mark this word again. So that means what it says, and by knowledge, it's very important to acquire knowledge. That's why we are trying to study the Gita. Krishna is giving you the knowledge. All right. So like now we also have seen here, right? When devotees who came from my batch 1, then batch 2, batch 3, batch 4, like what Sadguna Mataji is telling, she start to have a lot of transformation. And now she's chanting Hare Krishna 16 rounds. Formally, could you chant Mataji? Is she there? Oh, she's not there, I think. Anyway, so formally, when people try to attempt to it, it's a struggle. But as you go on learning more and more, when your conviction level is increase, all right? And that's when you can cut down the connection. Okay, cut off the connection. That is how you can cut the tree off. Then after you cut the tree off, and that's when you actually become situated in the real tree. Okay, it doesn't happen overnight. So now you say, oh, but can I really qualify back to Godhead? Look here. The decision is by Krishna. Look at Ajamila. When he was young, he was a good Brahmana boy, devotee who practiced. But in between his entire 70 years or 60 years of his life, he wasted hunting women, eating meat, cheating, gambling, just name it, all the sins he have done. But ultimately at the end, some or other Krishna inspired him to name the son Narayana. When he saw Yamaduta, when he screamed upon the son, help me, Narayana, help me, actually he's calling the son. But indirectly he called the Lord, and immediately the Vishnu Dutas came and stopped him. After he saw that the conversation, then he come into a real sense. Then he gave up everything, then he started to practice, and eventually he go back home, back to Godhead. Okay. So whether will I go back home, back to Godhead, it is all in this Krishna's mysterious arrangement. Okay. So do not worry, because you must understand, once we become a devotee, we are under the Daivi Prakriti. Daivi Prakriti means what? We studied that in chapter 4. Daivi Prakriti, the divine nature. We are all naturally or automatically under the control of a divine nature. That's why we sometimes, as a devotee, we are so fearless. We have no worries. We have no worries whether which planet go and sit in which place. Whether I got 7.5 or 2.5, or this will go and sit there and creating harbor. Of course, there will be some agitation. There will be fear. Of course, as a human being, one of the nature of a human being is fear. Indecisive, you can't make a decision. You are confused. It's all normal. But the knowledge gives you assurance. Well, Krishna will take care. Krishna will protect. Krishna knows. Because we are no longer under the material modes. We are under the Daivi Prakriti. That means we are under the divine protection. Well, I've just started, doesn't matter. The moment you have put your leg in, you are already absorbed into the Daivi Prakriti. And then you start to come out of it. Then you start to recover. Like the day CS Prabhu asked a question, how we can handle if we are faced with these irritating devotees and all this kind of environment. Okay, how to react and how to understand. Very simple. That's what I'm saying. Every one of us are conditioned, and every one of us are trying to gain knowledge to cut off the connection. But once we have taken a baby step into this, the world of bhakti, and once we are under the Daivi Prakriti, we also still have our old belief system, our old way of life, and all this we carry with us. Okay, so when all of us are under the Daivi Prakriti, that means we are all under the cleansing this thing. All right. So in other words, it's just like we fell into the ocean full of there's oil spillage. Okay, you are bathing, you're swimming in the seaside. All right. Suddenly there's a tank, what they call had a oil tanker had a heat, and it releases all the crude oil, and you don't realize it. You are sitting, you are just lying. Suddenly, a wave come and the whole, what they call the oil tank, you are submerged in the oil tank, and all of you become orang minyak with crude oil, sticky black oil. So you are taken to the shelter and they are cleaning you. So the process of cleaning is there. But in between that process, suddenly a person who are like very well to do, who are like doesn't want to see this irritating the yuck things, like some people like that, right? So they go to that environment and say, hey, you don't come near me. Then suddenly come, hey, you also orang minyak, I also orang minyak, you also full of oil, I also full of oil. Can I please stay away. This kind of attitude is there. But even though we are under the cleaning process. So the same thing here, when we are under the cleaning process, we all will have some kind of conditioning. We have some kind of old way of life, belief system and everything. So when we come into that community, sometimes it's inter-reaction may happen. So what do we need to do? As how I am in this process of being cleansed, and that person who is in that process of being cleansed, sometimes, there'll be some conflict. Just tolerate that conflict and go on, because you are already in the path of liberation. All right? You got it? Any questions on this? You understand the analogy? Okay. So, one example, when Brahma came to meet Krishna. Okay. When Brahma wanted to come and meet Krishna, because they couldn't understand, they know that Krishna it's a time for Krishna to come to this material world. The time is up. But nobody understands who is that Krishna. They couldn't find him. Where did Krishna have taken? And they least expected that Krishna came as a small boy. So when Brahma started to test on him and he realized Krishna is there, so Krishna will be lying on the under the tree, he's taking rest. Suddenly Brahma will come, Lord Brahma. When Lord Brahma comes and he tell Krishna's friend, I think Sudama or something, he said, please tell Krishna Brahma is here. All right. So he said, wait here, I'll go and tell him. So that boy came and wake up. Hey, Krishna. He said, yes. No, there's a guy, Brahma came. Brahma? Which Brahma? Oh, I don't know. Go and find out which Brahma. And he came and asked, so you are Brahma, right? Yes. Which Brahma? And he got a shock. Which Brahma? I'm the only Brahma. I'm the one and only Brahma. What do you mean, which Brahma? No, he's telling, which Brahma are you? Then he was out of shock. He said, tell him, the four-headed Brahma is here. Okay. Then after he came and told, Krishna, this guy with four heads is here. Brahma, the four-headed Brahma. Okay, ask him to come. So when Brahma came, saw Krishna, he just paid his obeisances. And after that, before he could, then he asked, so Brahma, how are you? Krishna asked. And before Brahma could answer, well, Krishna, before I answer that, I want to ask you one doubt. And he said, what is that? You're saying, which Brahma? What do you mean by which Brahma? I'm the one and only Brahma. But you say, which? Is there any other Brahma other than me? You say, well, all right, let's see. Pop, with this mystic power, he invited all the Brahmas from all the other universes. All the bubble, one bubble is one universe, right? So he called all the Brahmas from varieties of universes. And suddenly they all came, appeared there. Some Brahma with 10 heads, some Brahma with million heads, some Brahma with 100 heads, right? All coming, and he saw all Brahma, he got a shock. Then when all the Brahma paying obeisances, the helmet, when when they pay obeisances, the heat of the helmet that touched the ground, it create tremulous sound. All were like, and he got everything. Then after that, they all disappeared. Then Krishna says, now, Do you think Arun? That's when they start to realize, all right? So that's why he says the knowledge in everything is very, very important. Okay, the story we will study in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so like that. Okay, so bewildered. So that's the thing. That's why the knowledge is important. All right, now let's look at this. The living entity. Okay, Mame Vangsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manasastan Indriyani Prakrtistani Karshati. The living entity in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental part. So what Krishna says, the living entity in this conditioned world, that means this material world, is my eternal fragmental part. What does it mean? The fire, the fragment of the fire is the spark. The fragmental part of the ocean is the drop of the seawater. So that's why Krishna says that all that conditioned entities, all the living entities in this conditioned world is my eternal fragmental part. It's just part of me. Right? But due to conditioned life, but because of that conditioned life, they are struggling very hard. Because of the conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with 6 senses, which include the mind. So these are the senses. So we have tongues. Sometimes, the tongues, we have hand and all the 5 senses. All right. And the senses are just like the 5 mighty horses. When the horse starts running, it's not easy to control. When suddenly the eye sees, hey, beautiful thing. Then the nose, wow, something, it goes one side. The listening, oh, I want to listen to some A.R. Rahman concert, it flies over that side. And the taste of tongue, oh, I'm a foodie, I want to eat this, I want to eat that, there's something, pasti sur, nasi kanda, oh, all the senses are running haywire. They're out of control. All right? And which is that? Which are the things that connect them? The mind. And the mind and this thing. So, that's why the living entities in this conditional are my eternal fragmental part. But due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard. They're struggling very hard with the 6 senses, which includes the mind. Right? So, Sri Bhagavan Vacha Shariram Yat Avapnoti Yat Chapi Uktramatishvara Gritvaitani Sangyati Vayur Gandan Ivashayat Stotam Chakshu Sparshanam Cha Rasanang Grahanam Evacha Adistaya Manaschayam Visayan Upasevate. The living entity in this material world carries a different conception of life from one body to another. So one body to another, they are carrying a different conception of life. All right. In this birth, I drink. Next birth, if I take a form of a dog, I lick the water. So different conception. As the air carries the aroma. When I'm staying very near to the fragrant tree, I get more fragrant. But as the fragrant travels, it becomes more mixed with all other fragrance. Maybe there's a stool there that mixed with that smell. It turns into different kinds of aroma. You all understand this? Thus, it takes one kind of body and again quits to take another. The living entity thus taking another gross body. Okay, when the living entity take another gross body, obtain a certain types of ear, eyes, and tongue, nose, and sense of touch. So that means when the living entity take a different type of body, they have different kinds of indriya. So that means now I got an ear like this. If I take a born as a dog, my ears will be protruding. Okay, now my tongue's inside, but if I take the form of the dog, the tongue will be outside, like that. So like that, it takes different types of ties, this thing. Okay, which are all grouped about the mind. Remember, we have discussed that, right? So the mind keeps everything. So when the gross bodies keep changing, and the mind will adjust according to that, the body that thing has taken. He does enjoy the particular set of sense object. Okay, it's very straightforward. So it's like that. So in what kind of desire that we have, that shall be our next birth. Example, I love to eat a lot of meat. I'm a strict meatarian. I love to eat this kind of all bogus, lot of nonsense things. So when a person who loves to eat meat and everything, naturally the person, the aroma, that means the idea that next birth will take form of a animal. A form of a tiger who loves to eat meat. But the person who eats everything like the foodies, right? Nowadays, in YouTube, all right, and also in Facebook, everything is sensation, right? They just travel and eat everything. Okay, these are the person next birth will take a form of a pig. There's another person who like to expose their body. Okay, I'm very beautiful, so I need to show my body, like actresses, or the one who strip naked, and the one who are models, Miss Malaysia, Miss Asia, Miss World, and everything. I don't understand the concept of Miss World actually. When you want to see a person who are very beautiful and everything, why do you want them to be in bikini? That's the most absurd thing. Because that's how they manipulate the women. All right. That's the way they manipulate. All right. Miss Universe. I thought, okay, the Miss Universe means they show, what is your talent? What is it? But no, you have to speak very sexily. You have to come in a skimpy dress, act like a fool and all these things. So these are the people, next birth, they take a form of a tree. They say, see, well, you like to stay naked. You are this thing, you remain naked. So these are the people who will take the form of a tree. And the person who are so dull-headed, they go on sleeping. They are always dull. They are sleeping and all this. These are the people who will take the form of a bear. In other words, if the living entity adulterates his consciousness, what does it mean? If the living entity adulterates, that means he pollutes his consciousness with the qualities of cats and dogs. In his next life, he gets the cat and dog body and enjoys. You understand? So when they adulterated, when they spoil the thing by all these kind of nonsense things, so in next birth, they will get the body accordingly. All right? Okay. Now, 12:13. Yadaditya gatam tejo jagat basayate kilam yachandramasi yachaknau tattejo vidhi mamakam gam avishya cha bhutani darayamyaham ojasa pushnami chaudashi sarva somo bhutva rasatmaka. The splendor of the sun which dissipates the darkness in the whole world. I mean, the sun remove the darkness in the whole world comes from me. And the splendor of the moon and the splendor of the fire are also from me, Krishna says. I enter into each planet, and by my energy, they stay in orbit. See, when you see all those orbits, they're all standing there. Imagine, this is spoken 5,000 plus years ago. The thing orbit, floating. How? All right? I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables. All right, the moon. So this thing. So he's saying that how is energy? All right, so I enter into each planet. So that means we understand. Even sometime when we have some planetary problem and all this Rahu, Ketu and all this, it's all basically for the one who suffers is the one who distinct, but the one who realizes that there's all part and parcel of Krishna's energy, that person can live a happy life. And after that, Krishna also mentioned, Ahang Vaishva Naro Bhutva Praninang Deham Ashrita Pranapana Samayukta Pachami Annam Chaturvidam. Pachami Annam, food. Chaturvidam. I am the fire of digestion in the body. Okay, in the bodies. That means varieties of bodies. I am the fire of digestion in the bodies of all living entities. And I join with the air of life. Ongoing and incoming, even the breath. You know, the ongoing, incoming, the breath. I mix with them. Okay. And to digest the 4 kind of food stuff. There's a 4 kind of food stuff. It digested. So what is the 4 kind of food stuff? We will study as we go on. And 15, Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivisto matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha vedescha sarver aham eva vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. So Krishna says, I am seated in everyone's heart. Okay, I'm sitting in everyone's heart. And from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. From me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So that means once you want to, Krishna says, I will impart the knowledge in your heart. So that means come from him. And also when you forget things, so that's why we pray to Krishna, please make me forget of all our past misdeeds. Right? Sometimes we want to give up some bad habits. Can you really give up? No, you can't. But when you are really sincere, Krishna will just remove that thing. He just off that switch. That you'll forget that you were doing like this before. Until you feel like discussing, and eventually you will give up. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Vedescha sarver aham eva vedyo. Vedescha sarver aham eva vedyo. In all the Vedas, I am to be known. Remember the 4, remember that we saw the tree upside down, the ascending process. All the things, what is that ultimate goal? Is to know Krishna. Because that's what he says. Vedanta krit veda vit, Vedescha sarver aham eva vedyo. In all the Vedas, I have to be known. Indeed, Vedanta krit veda vit eva chaham. Indeed, I am the compiler of the Vedanta and I'm the knower of the Vedas. So now let's look at this. Yesterday, there was, I think, was it here where that we discussed whether the Veda was written by human? Was it we discussed here yesterday? Where did I discuss that? I remember speaking somewhere. Can you all recall? Hare Krishna, anybody home?
Not
Cannot.
here. Not here.
Oh, no, yesterday, I think, okay, now the topic is, they say the Vedas was written by human being.
Yeah, but
Then
you
I,
didn't talk on the topic.
I said,
Yeah, Prabhu.
huh?
You talk somewhere else, maybe.
Oh, I didn't speak here. All right. Okay, the thing is like this. They say the Vedas were written by human being. Okay, the Veda, I think somebody asked a question or I'm answered or what, I'm not sure where. Whether Vedas was written by human being. Okay. That's why I said the Vedas can never be written by human being because it's a human being got a lot of defects. How they can compile the Veda, which is so perfect. All right. In between the 5,000 years ago, the Veda was written. Until today, it is accepted as a perfect source of knowledge. But in between, there's so many knowledge. Huh? In between the 5,000 years, there's so many philosophies all came up and everything. They come, they exit, they disappear. It is so imperfect. And in fact, I told about the knowledge about Vimana Sastra, where there's a airplane fly through using mercury. It's also mentioned in Vedas. Of course, it's hidden. It's all these Vedas has disappeared. I've not spoken here. Can anyone recall? I remember speaking here. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, you spoke because someone asked about the authenticity of the Vedas. How do something like that, like, someone asked
Okay.
about.
That means here, right? Here, right? Was it here?
Yes,
Yes,
in this
here.
class.
Right. Okay.
Airport.
Because I'm
Yeah, it was here, Prabhu.
okay. Because giving classes here and there, that's why I was wondering where I spoke. Okay, now what we can understand, Vedanta Krit Veda Vid Eva Chaham. So now is 15:15. Please take photo of this and keep it with you because that's what Krishna says. I am the compiler of the Vedanta. Okay, it's not written by a human being because that's a very standard statement that people use. Yeah, wrote by a human being. But here Krishna says, I am the compiler. What is compiler means? That means the Vedas was scattered. He compiled it. So who is Krishna now? Can anyone tell me? Who is that Krishna?
Vyasa Deva, Prabhu.
Very good, Prabhu. Fantastic. He is the Vyasa Deva. All right. So that means who is Vyasa Deva? That person who compiled the Vedas. I am the compiler. So I am the compiler means, so Vyasa Dev is actually one of the expansion of Krishna. You got it? So that is the proof here in 15:15. That I am Vedanta Krit Veda Vid Eva Chaham. I am the compiler of the Vedanta. Okay. And after that, he also says, he continues what he said, things very nicely. He said that I am the knower of the Vedas. So since he's the knower of the Vedas, that is why he could compile it, he can summarize it, and gave the knowledge in Bhagavad Gita in a very short verses. Within the 700 verses, Krishna spoke around 550 times. Everything is inside. You all got it? Okay? It's very important. Huh? Now, then 18. Yasmat sharam atitoham aksharat apichotama atosmi loke vedecha pratita purushottama. Because I am the transcendental, because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as the supreme person. So now let's look at another proof that Krishna claiming himself as supreme person. All right. Where is the proof? Because Pratita Purushottama. Purushottama means what? The supreme person. Purushottam. Okay. Purushottama. Then he says, okay. Atosmi Loke Veda. Atosmi. That means I am also worshipped as Loke in all planets and also the Vedas. Or in other words, I'm celebrated in the world. Loke means Loka. Bhuloka. Logangal, right? All right. Now he says, okay. So that's why he says, because I am transcendental, beyond both fallible and infallible, because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in this world and in the Vedas. How he is celebrated? As Purushottama, as the supreme person. Okay. We are not speculating in Bhagavad Gita. We are just take the word. Now we prove to you scientifically. So I am the Supreme Person. Now, 19. Yo mam eva asammuddo janati purushottamam sa sarva vid bhajati mang sarva bhavena bharata. And after that, Krishna now declaring this is more inspiring. What he says, whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All right? Krishna is not saying, whoever surrenders unto me as a Supreme Personality. He says, whoever knows me, yomam evam asammudo. All right? Whoever knows me as a Supreme Personality. And how? Without a doubt, without doubting. Okay? Okay, I'm not surrendered to him, but without doubting, yes, he's the Supreme Personality, but I'm not prepared. Doesn't matter. But whoever knows me that I am the Supreme Personality without a doubt, without doubting. So he's considered as the knower of everything. He considered he knows everything. And sometimes when people say, I know everything, don't try to teach me. So I ask, so now then you can ask a question, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? He said, well, if he says something else, then you can tell him boldly. It shows you don't know anything. You think you know everything, but actually you don't know anything. What do you mean? Because in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yo mam evas asammudo janati purushottama. Janati purushottama means janati, I am the Purushottama. I am the Supreme Personality. Sa sarva. Sarva means all, with knowledge. Bhajati mam, worship me. Bhajati means worshipping or celebrating. Okay. Sarva bhavena bharata. Sarva bhava. Bhava means knowledge, action, activity, bhava. So sarva bhava, that means all, that means you're considered, you understood everything. Sarva bhava. Okay. So that means he is the knower of everything. And therefore, what he do? He engages himself in full devotional service unto me. O son of Bharata. You got it? This is very interesting. Right now, oh boy, we're out of time. Oh, we're still within time. Okay. Iti guhya tamang shastram idang uttam maya naga etad budva buddhiman syat krita krityascha bharata. Now what Krishna says here. This is the most confidential part of the Vedic scripture. Okay. What you have learned here is the most confidential part of the Vedic scripture. Because he said, I am to be known. And among all the things, I'm the compiler and I this thing. And this is the most confidential part. It's very, very, very confidential. Okay. Or the Vedic scripture. O sinless one. And it is disclosed now by me. So now Krishna have revealed it. And after that, he says something. All right. He says, whoever understands this will become wise. If you can understand this, you'll become wise. All right. And after that, his endeavors will know perfection. All your endeavors will become perfect. What do you mean your endeavor? After this, your endeavor of further, oh, Krishna. Your endeavor, oh, why is studying so full? Okay, your endeavor of further studies, further contemplating other Vedas, trying to do this thing. All that endeavor of you becoming, of your endeavor to know him will become perfect. You got it? So please study chapter 15 again and again and again. And also please read the translation, the purport. Prabhupada gave a fantastic purport, okay, on this chapter. Now, so that's the thing. So Srimad Bhagavatam is available, only one book in English, but I got two or three books, two books in Tamil. Whoever wants it, you can purchase it, because the extension of the Bhagavad Gita knowledge is this entire Srimad Bhagavatam. It's total 12 cantos, 18 volumes. Okay, it's a must-have by everyone. But if you can't afford it, it's okay. You can go to Veda Base. And of course, we're going to start this Srimad Bhagavatam class around next year, tentatively around June to August. All right, because just that day I calculated a timetable with Vivan. Looks like we may do it somewhere around January, February, March, April, May, June. Around June, July or August, we may start the marathon on Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. All right. Now, so we end the session here. So is there any questions, any comment? So take the commitment, RDC formula, distribute Bhagavad Gita, and chant Hare Krishna, and make sure you chant every day 16 rounds. Yes, Prabhu? Yes, Prabhu, Vaishnava Prabhu.
Markandeya, but one moment, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Markandeya, he never died. Endrum
Yes. Markandeya Rishi.
he couldn't stand it. Ultimately, he wanted to give up his life because he saw the pralaya and all that, na Prabhu. Ultimately, Lord asked him to go and stay in Purushottama Kshetra. So there's a Lord Shiva's deity there called Markandeya Swar.
Markandeya?
Swara. Markandeya Swar.
Markandeya Swar. Okay.
Is that the one, Prabhu?
I have no idea, Prabhu.
The other biggest one is the Lingeshwar in Bhubaneswara, Prabhu.
Okay. Since you asked that question, still, Ali, just give me another 5 minutes. I'll explain to you. See, when Narada Muni traveled from Vaikunta he was on the way to Kailash. So he went there. He was so joyful. He was happily worshipping. He was so much of excitement. He was dancing and going. And he came to Kailash. After he came to Kailash, Lord Shiva asked, "Why you look so happy? Is there anything good news?" "Oh, Shiva, you will never believe what happened to me." He said, "Why? What happened to you?" "I just had a fantastic prasadam. The prasadam of Lord Vishnu was amazing. Oh, you will never know the taste, Lord Shiva. It's so wonderful." Lord Shiva listening. Okay. Then after he asked, "Did you bring for me?" I said, "Bring for you? No, I just got a little." I said, "What are you talking?" Lord Shiva became very upset. "Hey, what are you talking? Do you know there's an ethics when you go and visit someone, you have to bring some gift. You don't simply walk into people's house. Sometimes when you go to people's house, you don't simply go there, you buy some gift like fruits or whatever. And how come you can just come with like this empty-handed? What is this? Huh? You always worship me as Mahadeva and all these things. Now what are you doing?" Then after that, Narada became like, saying, "Oh my God." And then after that, he said, "Oh, you are totally for." Then after that, he realized he had a small piece in his finger. All right, there's a small piece of prasadam stuck in his nails. He said, "No, can I give it to you?" This. He said, "Come." He just gave that small piece into this thing. Lord Shiva, when he took it, he became so excited, he started to do Tandava Natya. The Tandava Natya means the dance of destruction. When he started dancing, the whole world was shaking and everything. Then suddenly Mother Parvati came in. Say, "Hey, wait. Why are you so excited?" "No, now it's not the time for pralaya or time for destruction. Now, why suddenly you're so excited and dancing?" And after that, Lord Shiva says, "You don't know, something? Narada came and gave me some Vishnu Prasadam and I took it. It's so fantastic. I'm excited." "Oh, really?" Then Mother Parvati said, "Did you kept some for me?" And Lord Shiva says, "Well, He said, "No, I just got a little piece." "Then you never kept it for me?" I said, "But I just had a piece." "Oh, you said that you half, I half." The Lord Shiva Parvati say half Shiva, half this thing. We are all one. You call me half of you. You never bothered to keep for me. And she became very angry. And she wanted to go into meditation. If Mother Parvati go into meditation, it's a big trouble. It's a big trouble if she goes into meditation. And what is the trouble? Wait for your Bhagavatam class. We will discuss that because it's a very lengthy discussion. The pastime of Dakshayani, the daughter of Daksha. Okay, when Mother Parvati goes into meditation, it's a big trouble. So when she went, the Lord Vishnu appeared. The thing, he said, "Hey, wait, hold on. You don't go into meditation." Okay. You say, "What happened?" He said, "See, you got your prasadam, you never kept some for me." All right. Then after that, Lord Vishnu says, not Narayana says, "Okay, well, if you get that remnant of the prasadam, how about your children in this material world? The people who are stuck in this material world, how about for them? If they ask, do you have," and she start to realize, well, say, "Don't worry. In the next expansion, reincarnation, I will come as Lord Jagannath, as the master, as the what they call, the Lord of the universe." Jagan means universe. Nath means the master. So I'll come as the master of the universe, Lord Jagannath, along with my brother Balaram, and you come with me as my sister Subhadra. Okay. So what do? You come there and there'll be a festival of Radha Yatra. In that festival Radha Yatra, you go and throw the prasadam, you feed the prasadam to every living entity. If you all have noticed or not, in our Radha Yatra, okay, I'm not sure now, but before formerly, we used to throw prasadam from the chariot. All right, we take the orange, we throw out from the chariot. We take laddu, we throw. Sakra pare, there's a kind of sweet, we put in the plastic, we throw. And people get very upset actually. Say, what is this, you people? You know, you're throwing the prasadam like this. No respect for prasadam. Like that. So sometimes when they see the prasadam falls into the drain, the laddu, they throw the laddu pew, fall into the drain. Or what they call a banana, and they go fall into the dustbin. And people became very upset. And after that, now they don't do that. They come down and they give in hand. But what is that throwing actually? See, the prasadam that thrown from the Radha Yatra, the chariot, it's so auspicious. When the thing goes fall in the dustbin and say a dog eats it. Okay, and the skin, other living entity eats it. Or if the thing falls into the drain, it dilutes and mixes with the drain water. There's a lot of living entities there, like what pot? What do you call Thai pot? The eggs of a frog. But
Tadpole.
Tadpole. All right, there's a tadpole. There's a lot of what they call the baby. What they call the eggs hatched from the mosquito. There's so many living entities, and according says whoever touch even a morsel of it, they achieve the highest liberation. That they get the understanding, and they'll take a form of a human being. So that's what the Mother Parvati says. You come as Subhadra and you throw the prasadam and make sure everybody enjoys it. So that's why when he came, Lord Jagannath, in this, so what they do, the first thing is they take the food, prasadam, they offer to Jagannath, and after that immediately they bring to Bimala Devi, right, Prabhu? First they take to Lord Shiva, then after they bring to Bimala Devi. That means the prasadam will be sent to Lord Shiva, offered to Lord Shiva. Then after that, the prasadam has to go to Bimala Devi, the Mother Parvati. Then after that, the prasadam is distributed to everybody. So that's a pastime. It's a beautiful pastime that is practiced till today. An amazing thing about Jagannath, if you feel like going to India to see any place of pilgrimage or what, I suggest start with Jagannath first, Jagannath temple. But unfortunately, the non-Indians are not allowed to enter. All right, that's one thing that's bad about them. They don't allow anyone who are not Indian descent, they cannot enter. All right, even there's Indian who look like Chinese also cannot go in. Unless they say they are from Assam or some other place, all right? So the amazing things about Lord Jagannath, they cook in a pot, in a like a tower. When they put the fire, surprisingly, the food on top will cook first. Since the fire from down goes up, but in Jagannath Puri, the top part of the pot will cook first. Then the second, then the third, at last only the last pot will start cooking.
7 pots.
Huh?
7 pots.
7 pots, yeah, 7 pots. The first one will cook first. A second miracle about Jagannath, from day one, that 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 years ago, the temple existing, until today, their ration is the same ration. They don't cook extra, they don't cook lesser. Say like, for instance, they're going to cook, say 100 kilos of rice, 100 kilos of lentil. That is the menu, that's the formula. From then till today, that is the same formula they cook. And you know what is a miracle? Whenever, say, extra people turn up, okay, say like every day they cook for 10,000 people. Suddenly 20,000 people turn up. The food still feeds everybody, right? And not just a morsel, just not 1 teaspoon of rice for you, a good meal, varieties of meal. They just miraculously, that as though the food like comes out, miracle, and it feeds everybody. And what happened? Suddenly they cook for 10,000 people, only 5,000 turn up. You know what happened? It is just ngam, the food will feed the 5,000 people and the food will finish. It's miracle there. And another thing about that, the flagpole of Lord Jagannath temple, when the wind blow this side, the flag will be this side. Yes or not? That's naturally that way. But there it's not like that. When the wind flow this side, the flag will be this side. So you see where the flag hoist. So we know the wind is actually coming from this side. So you cannot say, oh, when I see the flag, the wind is coming from this side. No. When the flag this side, that means the wind is from this side. It's truly a miracle temple. And anyone who goes there, they somehow or other get their desire fulfilled. But whether the desire fulfilled or not, you can have a big feast. All right. Lord Jagannath, is the form of eating. He loves to feed people. Idea he came to feed everyone. Okay. Okay, there's a question. Can explain again an imperishable banyan tree? Why roots upwards and branch down? Yo. Why root upwards? Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Why the root is upward? Can you see the slide?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now you see from the current slide. Okay. Why are you? It looks like I have to start all over again. Anyway, no problem. So now when you see the root upwards and this thing, okay, now, okay, first understanding, let's look at this. When you look at this, where is the thing? Okay, pen. All right. So when you look at this, there's two ways the banyan tree can be seen. Now, one is this is illusion. Okay. That means, in other words, you see the tree here. You see the here is the root is downwards. But when you see the shadow means that looks like the tree is upside down. Do you follow me on this? Number one. So this is illusion. Okay. So that means this is the illusion part of it. That so what is that understanding of this? Okay. All right. Now, say what is that illusion part is like this. All right. This is the imperishable. Okay. This is the fruitive banyan tree. That means the root is downwards and the things. That means you see all our desire is basically based on material desire. We have a strongly rooted material desire. And what is the thing? We have twigs, which is sense object, nourished by three mode of material nature. The Vedic, all the rituals, the rituals are called the Vedic hymns, all the leaves. And what is that aim of this tree? Fruits or result of activity. Okay, number one. That's the first understanding. The second understanding is the root is upward. Okay, when the root is upward means what? So that means we are all our goal, yeah. All our goal of life. Okay, what we want to achieve in life. All right. So now you see there's lots of and you see there's a tree, there's a lot of branches. Okay, Rusan Mataji, are you following me on this? So these branches are called the Vedas, the varieties of Vedas. And there's also a sub-Vedas, the sub-Vedas, all right? In every Veda, there's 4 branches. So like that, this is all the branches, the twigs, and the leaves, like that. It's all moved aside. So far, you're following me on this?
Yes.
Okay, good. So now the idea is, what is that understanding of all these Vedas? What is that goal of all the Vedas? So there are so many varieties. So what is that goal? What is that goal of all these things that you're going to study? What is the goal? What is the ultimate goal? The ultimate goal is to know Krishna. You understand, Mataji?
Yes, okay.
Sure, you understand, huh? If you don't understand, I can explain again.
Yeah, now can follow.
Okay, that means again, let me tell you, there's so many roots here. Okay. And okay, there's so many roots. All right, there's so many things. So all that understanding of the Vedas. So what is that conclusion of all these Vedas? You study all this, what you want to achieve in life. The goal is to know Krishna. So that's why it said, this is all the trees and twigs and this thing. And this is the goal of life. The root is upward. That means from the root, everything comes down. You got it? But the same scenario, all right, the same scenario is here. The same scenario is when you look at this banyan tree. Okay, this banyan tree which is materially motivated. All right. So what is that goal? What is the root? I want to enjoy life. Okay, I'm studying so hard. I'm doing all this, so I want to enjoy life. All right. So here is mentioned the twigs. The twigs, and this thing is called the sense object. I want to have a big car. I want to have this thing is a sense object. All right. So in order to do that, you go through these branches, which is the nourished by 3 modes of material nature. So if I want to become a millionaire, I must have lots of high level of passion. I want to work hard. You know, in Chinese, they call chong, 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 right? Chung, chung. Chung, chung, chung. Don't give up. Go, go, go. Work, work, work. Right? This thing. So, and in order to do that, so what happened? Sometimes we also do some rituals. The Vedic hymns and everything. So we do some rituals. And what is the ultimate goal? Is this thing. The fruits or the success of my endeavor. You understand the two understanding? This is the straight tree. This is called ascending. Okay. At the same time, you see that you look at this tree. Okay. You look at this tree is descending. All right. From the knowledge of from Krishna, all the knowledge comes down in the form of Veda, so that ultimately you go back to Krishna. Okay. Sure, you got it, Amataji?
Yeah, because some words cannot come in.
Like what?
Okay.
Ascending and descending?
Yeah. How you know?
Ascending means you think too loud. I heard you. All right. Ascending means, okay, now let me see. Ascending means coming down. Turun. You are ascending. Turun. Sorry. Descending. Descending means you are going down. Ascending means going up. Okay. So ascending means descending means coming down. So this is the thing. So from here, the knowledge comes down through the Vedas, so that you can ascend back to Krishna. You go back, go up. You come down. You learn from there. Then you can go up. Where you go to the root. You go to the root, akar tunjang. All right. All right. Now, when you look at the same scenario here, it is ascending. That means the process starts by ascending. Okay. What is the process? Ascending means I have the desire and I want to achieve my desire. All right. I go through this kind of desire, form, mode of material nature and all these things. So I'm going up to enjoy the fruit. So deep in my heart, I have the desire. Deep in my heart, we call it as the root. All right. So the desire is manifest by mind, intelligence, ego. After I become so convinced, it creates my senses to work for it, for me to go for the goal. Example, I want to become a millionaire. I want to enter into business and everything. So where the desire come from? Desire come from the bottom, it's going up. Okay. So this is called ascending process. So after you achieve your desire, what will happen? You fall back down into this material condition of life. Descended into material condition. You go up first, you come down later. Okay. But now, when you look at this one, what do? You come down first. The knowledge comes down first from Krishna. You learn, then you go up back to him. Descending first, come down first, then go up later. Just now, go up first, then later you come down.
Okay, get it right now, because I read for this Chinese one. It's too much shadow, something. There's a lot of Purusha, Guna, Prakti. Wow.
Yeah. No worries. That's why we are doing this session. And I'd like to give you a lot of real life analogy so that you can relate with yourself, like the soldier. Right? Do you think you can understand that? I think you can understand that forever. I'm the soldier, but if I want to surrender to my enemy, I cannot simply surrender. I will surrender to you, but call me as a captain. I surrender to you and I'll still keep, what they'll do, they'll throw you in the dungeon or they shoot you, bam, go to hell. So I need to surrender means I surrender everything. So this is called life analogy we give so that you understand, because that is how I understand. There's two ways of understanding, philosophical way or the normal way. So I prefer to take it easy.
Good. Thank you.
Nice question. Nice question. Anyone else? It's already 11:19. Okay. Taranjit Singh, how are you feeling? Are you there? I think it's not there. All right. No problem. So thank you so much for wonderful time. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, no class. We're going to continue on Monday, same time, 9 o'clock. We're going to discuss on chapter 16. Then Tuesday, chapter 17. And Wednesday is chapter 18. After these three things, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to start with batch 5. So those who have not in the group, please kindly join the group, because all that Zoom link and all that video, everything we posted there. And before that, everyone, please kindly subscribe to the video and like the video so that they see, because I saw that they gave some updates. Oh, you don't have enough views, this thing. If I can do that, I think we will get some benefit, right? I think we have got 500 views. I think you get some money or something like that. So I was thinking, since then I can utilize it for Krishna service. So why not you all subscribe and support and click the link or something like that. Is that true, Vivan? Vivan is there. Oh, he's not here. Oh, Vivan, you are there.
True.
So what happens if people start to subscribe and all this? How much money you can make?
That one I'm not sure, Prabhu.
I think
I'm not sure, but
I think if around 500, I think should be around 100, 200 or something like that.
yes, most likely. I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, whatever, at least can use for Krishna service. So please like, share, subscribe, and share. All right, share with everyone. And please promote that next program that is starting on this thing. That's going to be the last Gita Gyan. After that, no more Gita Gyan. Okay, because if Krishna inspires me to do that, maybe in the evening I might do it. But because we're going to do on a marathon, which we're going to discuss about all the 4 Vedas for the next 3 to 4 years. Okay, on a daily basis. And of course, I cannot share every day the video, so I just post it. So once you subscribe, I think the thing will pop up. The latest video will pop up. Okay. So till then, Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubevacha paditanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebhayo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Have a beautiful Friday. Wonderful spiritual weekend. And those who are staying nearby ISKCON temple, please go and join the nearest center. Don't worry about what and this. You are just going there just to have fun with Krishna. Okay. And for those who are in Ipoh, I won't be available this weekend because tomorrow morning I'm going to Malacca. So I'll be visiting Malacca Center. And I'll be back on Sunday evening. All right. So this Sunday I won't be around. So Rusan Mataji, you can still go to temple. Vivan will be there and try to have fun. Okay. Nice prasadam. Have this thing. Krishna Rubini, if you're in Ipoh, please come and join in Ipoh. All right. Till then, have a beautiful day. Hare Krishna. Take care. Bye.
Thank you,
Gauranga Maha.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.